Hari Om. This is episode 3 of Introductory Course for Yoga Teacher Training. This is completely free classes, structured series for anyone who wants to become a yoga teacher but doesn't know where to start. If you haven't watched the earlier videos, please watch them in order. Let us start. In this video, we are going to see what is yoga beyond the physical practice. We are not talking about this yoga now, but ages and ages, ancient rishis, saints, and incarnate beings have been talking about yoga. Here, I will give a brief, simple, and clear history of yoga and some yogic traditions. Yoga is an ancient Indian system that began over 10,000 years ago. Its purpose has always been the same, that is to know our true self and live with balance, clarity, and peace. 10,000 years ago, Vedas and Upanishads mentioned yoga as meditation, self discipline, and inner awareness. 7,000 years ago, Ramayana gives yoga practice like living with rightness, devotion, self discipline, and a calm, focused mind. It also focused doing your duty without attachment and principle of mind control and devotion. Then, 5000 years ago, in Bhagavad Gita, yoga explained as Karma Yoga, selfless action, Bhakti Yoga, devotion and surrender, Dhyana Yoga, the stage to Samadhi, and Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge and oneness. 2500 years ago, Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, the systemized yoga into Ashtanga, 8 limbs, Ashtanga Yoga. They are ethical discipline, postures, breathing regulations, sense control, concentration, meditation, and samadhi. 1000 years ago, Hatha Yoga focused on physical postures, asana, breathing regulation, pranayama, shatkarmas, cleansing practices, and energy control to prepare for meditation. In 19th and 20th century, modern yoga culture spread worldwide. Masters like Swami Vivekananda, Krishnamacharya, Pattabhi Jois, Iyengar, Shivananda Saraswati and Swami Satyananda Saraswati helped popularize it. Today yoga includes physical, mental and spiritual practice for health and inner awareness. Now we are using yoga practice for therapeutic purpose for physical ailments. In the 1920s, Swami Kuvalayananda studies the effects and the health benefits of yoga on the human body. He wished to use yoga systematically to bring about health and healing. He established Kaivalya Dham Institute of Yoga at Lonavala, Pune. Let us now look at the two most important type of tradition of yoga culture. First, Patanjali's Ashtanga tradition, 8 limbs of yoga. Patanjali's system is like an 8 steps path from the outer world to inner freedom. Yama, how to behave with others, kindness, honesty, non-violence, etc. Niyama, how to care of yourself, cleanliness, discipline, inner contentment, tapas, etc. Asana, steady and comfortable physical postures. Pranayama, working with the breath to calm the mind. Pratyahara, turning the sense inward, not getting distracted. Dharana, holding the mind on one-pointedness, concentration, focus. And 7th, Dhyana, flowing, steady meditation. 8th, Samadhi, the final state, deep absorption and inner freedom, unity with pure awareness. Jivatma to Paramatma, the Aikya Bhavana of this Jivatma to Paramatma. After Patanjali's Ashtanga tradition, one more most important yoga tradition spread all over the world. That is Hatha Yoga, which comes from the North tradition. Let me explain. Core principles of Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is a traditional system that uses the body and breath as a tool to balance the mind and awaken inner awareness. The word Hatha means Ha plus Tha. Ha, sun, active, heating. Tha, moon, cooling, passive. So, Hatha Yoga aims to balance these two energies within us. Balance of body and mind. Hatha Yoga believes that a steady body leads to a steady mind. Physical postures, asanas, and breath practices, breathing practices helps to calm the nerve system. Purification means sodhana. Hatha Yoga includes cleansing techniques, shat karmas to clear the body like Neti, Dauti, Nauli, Kapalapati, Trataka, Vasti, etc. The idea is a purified body supports a clear mind. Third, pranayama. Central to Hatha Yoga is regulating prana, life force energy. Through pranayama, we remove blockages in nadis, energy channels. Awakening of Shushumna. Hatha Yoga aims to bring prana into central channel Shushumna, which leads to higher meditation. For this, we practice mudras and bandhas to direct and lock prana and activate energy centers, energy channels and centers like chakras. We do bandhas with breath to create internal pressure and move energy, mind stillness. Through disciplined practice, the mind becomes silent, steady and inward. This prepares the practitioner for dhyana, meditation and samadhi. I hope you all get my point. If you have any doubts, don't hesitate to ask. Please take notes properly. If you are a beginner to yoga, this lesson may little challenge at first, but once you grasp it, you hold the key to fulfill the very purpose of this life. Okay, hopefully we go to the next subject. That is how yoga balance our body, mind, energy and its connection. Yoga teaches that human experience has three interconnected layers, interconnected levels. First, body, Sharira, the physical form you can see and touch, includes muscles, bones, organs. Second, mind, Manas and Buddhi. So, mind, thoughts, the bundle of thoughts, and Buddhi. Buddhi is the intellect. So, thoughts, emotions, memory perception, the center of experience and disturbance. Third, energy, prana, the life force that keeps the body alive and the mind active, flows through nadis and governs vitality. How yoga creates balance. Yoga, alignment of body, breath and mind. When a teacher gives an asanas practice or pranayama practice or meditation, you have to keep your body aligned, you have to aware on the flow of breath and you have to keep your mind, your thoughts in the particular organs or the particular flow of breathing. When the body is steady, the mind becomes calmer. When the breath is regulated, energy becomes balanced. When energy flows smoothly, thoughts become clear. When the mind is quiet, awareness shines naturally. This harmony is the essence of all yogic practices, asana, pranayama, dhyana. Now, we will move very important topic. Without knowing and understanding this, we can't proceed our yoga practice further. If you join in a yoga teacher training course, surely we will explain this elaborately. Yoga is the journey of harmonizing the 5 layers of our being, Panchakoshas, from the physical body to the bliss within, through balanced body, breath and mind. Yes, We have 5 layers which covered our blissful nature. We will see the relationship with the 5 layers, Panchakoshas. So we named this 5 layers as a Pancha means 5, Koshas means the layers, Panchakoshas. In yogic concept, it is believed that human beings have 5 levels of energy or body which range from the most gross to the most subtle. These are called the Panchakoshas or 5 sheets. According to the Tritaya Upanishad, the human experience the 5 sheets or layers like a layer of an onion from outer to inner. So first, Annamaya Kosha. This is most outer layer, physical body made of food. Anna means food. Annamaya Kosha, most outer layer. The physical sheath of the body referred to as food sheath depends on food, water and air, made up of muscles, bone and blood. Now I will explain its relation to yoga. Yoga postures, the asanas, strengthens and relax this layer. When this layer is balanced, the next layers can function better. The next, second one, Pranamaya Kosha, pranic body, energy body, breath and prana. It contains breath, vital energy, nadis and chakras. The pranic body together with Annamaya continue the basic human structure sometimes referred to Atmapuri made up of Pancha Prana or 5 prana. Prana. So the prana here we are telling this prana is not a vital energy or vital force. In Pancha Prana, this prana word is represent energy flow on upward direction. So in our sharir, in our body, the energy flows upward. So that is prana. The next one, apana. Energy flows on downwards. So the force, the energy flow going down. Samana. Energy flows inward and absorption. So absorption and inwards, samana. Then udana. Udana is the energy flow up and outward. So that is udana. Then vyana. Spread everywhere, move to all the direction like circulatory and all. So all the directions. That is vyana. So the basic platform of yoga technique in body is supported by 3 more subtle bodies, namely Panchaprana, Nadis and Chakras. This we controlled through pranayama and energy practices. It is relation to yoga. Balanced prana supports emotional stability. Disturbed prana cause anxiety or lethargy. Number 3rd, Manomaya Kosha, mental body, full of thoughts and emotions. This mental sheath performs many functions simultaneously. It acts as a messenger within each body covering the experience and sensations of the external world. Every day's mental doubts, reactions, feelings comes under this mental sheath. This is stabilized by chanting pratyahara and mindfulness meditations. Its relation to yoga. When breath becomes calm, mind becomes calm. Asana plus breathing workout reduce fear, anger, stress. In this way, these yoga practices helps to calm down our Manomaya Kosha. Number 4, Vijnanamaya Kosha, wisdom body, intuition, clarity or discrimination. The astral sheath or intuitive body, on awakening of this sheath, one being to experience intuition which develops wisdom. They will get ability to understand what is truth and what is illusion. So this is activated by dhyana, meditation and self-inquiry. Meditation opens deeper clarity. Wisdom becomes the guiding force of life. The last final one, Anandamaya Kosha, bliss body, stillness, joy, inner peace are filled in this body. The blissful sheath, most subtle and final. Not emotional happiness from outside. It is natural bliss when mind becomes silent. Yes, even in the no mind state, the bliss body experience in relation to yoga experienced in deep meditation or in samadhi state. When all other layers are purified, this shines automatically. There is no practice or any other thing for this Anandamaya Kosha. Just you have to cleanse all other koshas. This will shine automatically. So let's conclude this 5 sheets, Pancha Koshas. Asana helps Annamaya Kosha to increase physical balance and strength. Pranayama helps Pranamaya Kosha to increase energy balance and vitality. Pratyahara helps Manomaya Kosha to increase mental calmness. Dhyana helps to Vijnanamaya Kosha to increase inner clarity and insight. Samadhi helps Anandamaya Kosha, that experience of bliss and oneness. And now, let me conclude this episode. We understood so many knowledge about yoga in this video. I hope you love and you can understand the syllabus. If you have any doubt, don't hesitate to ask. Take notes, go through again and again to implement yourself. In the next episode, we will see practically how the body-mind connection actually works. Thank you. Hari Om.